Greetings, class. This is the end of MSFS 5040, Theory and Practice of Sustainable Agriculture. Today is September 2nd, 2013. It's Labor Day, and I have some slides that I took yesterday when it was sunny, and I'm recording my thoughts today about the first conversation this week, and also some parting thoughts and comments to send you on your way. So here goes. First of all, of course, it was a great conversation the first part of the week, and I enjoyed your posts, and you made a lot of really good points. And I think that some of you, maybe you're still laboring under some misconceptions about the National Organic Program, and rather than dissect them point by point, I would suggest that some of you who didn't already read the optional reading that was my article in week 2 on Friday, and that might help clear up some of that. It should be pretty readable and not too difficult to get through, so I hope you'll read that. Anyway, another point I wanted to just bring out about that first discussion was the fact that self-certification and peer certification programs are very interesting and very useful for certain situations, but have some real limitations, and I would urge you to investigate that a little bit more before getting too enthusiastic about them. Ultimately, they really don't give you much of an advantage if you're wanting to sell on a bigger scale, if you want to grow on a bigger scale. And if you're small and selling mostly direct to the public, I don't know how useful they are. So there's that. Okay, just a comment on some of the garden pictures that you're looking at. It's been a very abundant garden year, great growing season, but we've also had some pests that I've never seen before. And actually, I was at a party yesterday after I took these pictures, and a friend of mine said, "I've had squash bugs this year. I've never seen them before." And I said, "Oh, I don't have squash bugs. I've never seen squash bugs in my garden." And I'd already taken this picture. So, goes to show you, you never know. And with climate change, all bets are off. We can't rely on the severity of our climate to protect us from some of the worst of those pests. And I hope you've enjoyed watching the Freedom Rangers. I think I've learned something about this breed, and we'll probably slaughter them a little earlier next time, because they really could go. They could be ready right now. They've started to mature. So I will keep you posted if you want to know. Okay. A few pieces of advice. And finally, pieces of advice. First of all, I think you've all gotten the idea that there are compromises and trade-offs involved in sustainability. You can maybe satisfy criteria in one place and end up compromising criteria in another place. There is no one-size-fits-all solution, and that's what I think is the beauty of this Leo 4000 standard that we're developing. There's no silver bullet. There's no one answer that will fix everything. And there's no one single route to real sustainability. In fact, there's no purity in the natural world, and we shouldn't aspire to purity in our own work. So what we're really trying to figure out here is what's the best step-by-step transition strategy. And some of us have been at this for 40 years or more, so it's going to take time. That's all there is to it. It's wonderful to see how much interest has grown in the past 10 years in these things, and it's really going to be up to you. So what should be done? What is to be done about it? This is kind of the million-dollar question, and many of you have been groping for in your final questions here. And it's really important that you recognize that what you're doing is equipping yourselves with the tools and the knowledge to really do the most effective thing for you. It's going to be different for different people. And many of you have noticed that much of what we are talking about here involves systemic change that's not just about the food system, it's about the whole culture, it's about the social and political assumptions that underlie our culture. And this is a tall order, and it's messy, and it's not always consistent, and sometimes different places lag behind others, and sometimes times change and progress you thought was being made is undone, and so forth. So diversity is still the key in terms of our strategies. We have to use lots of different methods and techniques to win this one. What you're charged with now is finding the place that works for you in terms of what you want to do and what calls you in a way. There isn't, again, a right way and the proper approach or the politically correct approach. So yeah, and be persistent. We have to be in it for the long term, and I can tell you it's worth it. It pays off. You guys and your great work and thinking are living proof to me, and I'll expect to hear more from you in your work as you launch yourselves into this multifaceted project. So keep these questions that you're putting out there in mind as you develop your capstone projects. They're probably a good hint as to what you really want to pursue in greater depth. And also keep in mind that there will be more depth on some of these questions about politics and social issues in subsequent courses in this program. So it's been great. I'll look forward to reading your wonderful projects. I've already gotten a little bit of a taste of them in your discussions, and I'm really psyched to read about them and what you've come up with. And above all, please do remember to have fun, be creative, and enjoy the work that you're doing. Thank you all. Take care.